Anthony Joshua. Come on. I'm getting really tired of this guy right now. I was a huge AJ fan. I was totally on board with Anthony Joshua. And then he started playing Duck, Duck, Goose with Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. He's clearly the biggest name in boxing in the heavyweight division. He has a gold medal. He's undefeated. He just beat Klitschko, who was the kind of the guard of the last generation of great heavyweights. And Deontay Wilder is an undefeated American heavyweight who has a lot of cachet behind him, who has a huge recognition of his name. Well, not huge, but it's definitely growing. And he has an excitement around him because he's a knockout artist. Luis Ortiz is somebody who people have been ducking in the heavyweight ranks for a few years now. He's older, 38 years old. The fight that everybody wants to see is Wilder-AJ. If not that, then at least AJ Ortiz. But what AJ did was he said, okay, I think I can beat Ortiz, but everybody wants me to fight Wilder. So I'm gonna make Wilder fight Ortiz first, because style-wise, and everyone knows style makes fights, Ortiz seems to have, he might have an advantage if he's fighting Wilder. And then if he beats Wilder, then he only has to fight Ortiz now. And an AJ Ortiz fight is, I think, an advantage to Anthony Joshua. So he can kind of get around fighting Deontay Wilder by putting him up against this guy. And even if Deontay Wilder wins, it's gonna put another block in the path before he fights Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has time to continue to build his resume and just get better in general. So for me, I think Anthony Joshua beats both of those guys. I'm very surprised that he seems to be ducking these guys and pitting them off against each other. And I know it's somewhat smart business because it builds the brand of whoever he is going to fight next. But it's also kind of ducking because you're avoiding fighting one of these guys as opposed to taking both of them on, or at least taking on Wilder, who is the fight that most, I think, boxing fans and sports fans want to see right now. It's been a long time since we saw a big-time heavyweight bout with two big names, and I was just very disappointed when I saw that Joshua was really avoiding him. At first, Joshua said he was going to fight the Klitschko rematch, but then the Klitschko rematch fell through because Klitschko retired. Then he said he was going to fight his mandatory, I think it might have been, I can't remember which belt it was, it might have been IBF. He was going to fight his mandatory challenger, but then his mandatory started avoiding the fight and saying he wasn't ready. So then there was really no reason that he shouldn't have been able to go right into fighting Luis Ortiz, or saying he's going to come to the States or bring Wilder over to the UK to fight Wilder. But what does he do? He says, no, I'm going to fight this other guy. I don't even remember the guy's name. I think Pulev. I think he's fighting someone named Pulev or something like that. Just some guy that nobody's interested in seeing that fight outside of just the hardcore, die-hard Anthony Joshua fans. So I was disappointed in Anthony Joshua. He's let me down on this one. Hopefully, after the Ortiz-Wilder fight, he stops playing games. He steps up to the plate. He has the big fight that he needs to have with one of those two guys. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. There is definitely a little bit of dog in Deontay Wilder that I see in terms of just his, he's not the best boxer in terms of skill, but he has an aggression and a never say die mentality that seems to serve him well. And he has that bomb squad. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in Anthony Joshua. Looking forward to this Ortiz-Wilder fight, and hopefully after that, we'll see the winner go on to take on AJ and see what it is. See you next time.